Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh to all my Muslim brothers and sisters. You are all welcome to Noorul Hayah Ruqyah Shariah service where we teach about Ruqyah Shariah. Inshallah, in today's class, we will be discussing about the benefits of Ruqyah Shariah and how it can transform our lives. Don't forget to subscribe and click on the bell so you won't miss any of these classes. Welcome back to Noorul Hayah Ruqyah Shariah service. As we all know that Ruqyah Shariah is a gift from Almighty Allah to His servants, and it is also an Islamic healing method which involves recitation of Quranic verses, Almighty Allah names and His attributes, and it also involves recitation of du'as and supplications which are revealed by Almighty Allah through Prophet Muhammad. Ruqyah Shariah has numerous benefits which are beneficial for Ummahs. These are the benefits of Ruqyah Shariah. Protection from negative energies. Ruqyah Shariah is an holistic approach that a Muslim can apply in order to seek protection from negative energies such as evil eye, bad dreams, black magic, envy, and bad luck. Ruqyah Shariah is the only legitimate way for a Muslim to seek protection from all these negative energies that can cause harm in Ummah's life. There are other healing methods which people apply when dealing with spiritual ailments, such as consulting the magician, seeking refuge from the Jinn, and making a sacrifice from the demon. All these acts are prohibited in Islam because they lead to destruction for individual. So the only legitimate way for a good Muslim to deal with spiritual ailment is to practice Ruqyah Shariah. The second benefit of Ruqyah Shariah is remembrance of Allah. Ruqyah Shariah is considered as a means of remembering Allah, which is known as zikru. The same way our 5 daily prayers and our Azkar al-Nabawiyah and our salawat are considered as a means of remembering Allah. Because Ruqyah Shariah involve all these du'as and supplication. Ruqyah Shariah involves recitation of Quranic verses, Almighty Allah names and His attributes, and Azkar al-Nabawiyah and salawat. This is one of the reasons why most of our citadels and our prayer books are filled with Ruqyah Shariah prayer. And Almighty Allah ordered us to remember Him in Surah Al-Baqarah verse 152. Ba'da al-isti'aza wal basmala. He said, فَاذْكُرُونِي أَذْكُرْكُمْ وَاشْكُرُوا لِي وَلَا تَكْفُرُونَ. Remember me, I will remember you. Thank me and don't be ungrateful. So when we are practicing Ruqyah or when we are reciting our Ruqyah, we are not only reciting, we are also remembering Allah at that certain time. And anyone who remember Allah, Almighty Allah will surely remember him and grant him his wishes and cure all his ailments. So practicing Ruqyah is also considered as a means of remembering Almighty Allah. The third benefit of Ruqyah Shariah is healing physical ailments. Ruqyah Shariah is not just limited to spiritual ailments, but it also has physical benefits. Ruqyah Shariah can be applied in order to cure physical ailments such as malaria, typhoid, fever, back pain, stomach pain, and some other communicable diseases such as HIV, AIDS, and coronavirus. As long as we apply the 3 conditions which I mentioned in my last video, we can check it out. One of the biggest mistakes we make when dealing with physical ailments is that we often believe we only need to apply medicine such as drugs, injections, and capsules when dealing with physical ailments. As a result, we don't consider Ruqyah Shariah as an option, and this is totally wrong. As a good Muslim, you have to apply a Ruqyah Shariah when dealing with physical ailments. For example, you have to say Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim before taking your drugs. And after taking your drug, you have to make a dua asking Almighty Allah to grant you a cure. There are some recommended dua which Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, encouraged the Muslim to recite when suffering from physical ailments. And this was narrated from Aisha radiallahu ta'ala anha. She said, whenever Prophet Muhammad relative fell sick, Prophet Muhammad will wipe him with his right hand and he will recite this dua on him, saying, Azhibil ba'sa rabban nasi washfi anta shafi la shifaa illa shifauka shifaun la yugadiru saqman. This means, Oh Allah, the sustainer of mankind. Remove the illness, cure the disease. You are the one who cures. There is no cure except your cure. Grant me a cure that leaves no illness. Reciting this dua is one of the legitimate way we can perform ruqyah on ourselves anytime we are suffering from physical illness such as malaria, typhoid, fever, and cancer, stroke, and other communicable disease. There's also a dua in the Quran which Prophet AYUB recited when he was suffering from skin disease. This dua is mentioned in Surah Al-Anbiya verse 83. Almighty Allah said, "Wa ayyuba iznada rabbahu anni masani yadur wa anta arhamur rahimin." And Ayub called to his Lord, "Indeed, adversity has touched me, and you are the most merciful of the merciful." Immediately, Prophet Ayub recited this dua. Almighty Allah cure his ailments and grant him his wishes. So when any one of us is suffering from physical ailments or any type of ailments, we can be reciting this dua. Any types of ailments, it may be malaria, typhoid, or even diseases, maybe cancer, HIV, or AIDS. We can be reciting this dua frequently. And when reciting it, we have to put our trust in Allah, that Almighty Allah is the one that can cure all ailments, and He is the ultimate healer. So don't let us give up on our ailments. Let's keep on praying. Almighty Allah said, وَقَالَ رَبُّكُمْ ادْعُونِي أَسْتَجِبْ لَكُمْ. Pray unto me, I will hear your prayer. So don't let us give up. Let's keep on praying. And surely Almighty Allah will cure our illness and He will grant us our wishes the same way He granted Prophet Ayub his wishes and He cured his ailments. So when dealing with physical ailments, applying Ruqyah Shariah doesn't stop us from applying medical treatments because they are both effective. And Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, said in his hadith that tadawaw wala tadawaw bil haram. Treat yourself medically, but use nothing unlawful. So applying Ruqyah Shariah when dealing with physical ailments is effective. And applying Ruqyah Shariah doesn't stop us from applying medical treatments. The first benefit of a Ruqyah Shariah is it is Sunnah of Prophet Muhammad. Practicing Ruqyah Shariah is among the Sunnah of Prophet Muhammad, and we all know that practicing the Sunnah of Prophet Muhammad ensures reward from Almighty Allah. And now this was narrated from Aisha radiallahu ta'ala anha that whenever Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, became sick, he usually recites mu'awwizat on himself and blow his breath over his body. And whenever Prophet Muhammad is not capable or not healthy enough to recite mu'awwizat on himself, Aisha will recite it on him and rub his hand over his body, hoping his blessing. This hadith makes it clear to us that practicing Ruqyah is among the Sunnah of Prophet Muhammad. And this hadith also clarified that asking Ruqyah or seeking Ruqyah from RAQI is not haram and is not prohibited. If we are not capable to practice Ruqyah on ourselves, or we are not healthy enough to practice Ruqyah on ourselves, we can seek for Ruqyah. We can ask our RAQI to recite mu'awwizat or recite Ruqyah on us anytime we are not capable or healthy. This is not prohibited in Islam and it is not haram. So let's practice Ruqyah frequently because it is among the Sunnah of Prophet Muhammad. And anyone who practices the Sunnah of Prophet Muhammad, Almighty Allah will surely reward him. The fifth benefit of Ruqyah Shariah is natural healing. Ruqyah Shariah is natural and holistic healing method that does not involve medication and surgery. It is safe and effective way to cure our body and our soul. Ruqyah Shariah involves the use of natural remedies such as zaytun leaf, abatu sauda, honey, and garlic. Ruqyah Shariah also involve the application of traditional healing method as long as they are not associated with any forms of shirk such as cupping, phlebotomy, maxibuction, acupuncture. All these healing methods are not prohibited in Islam as long as they are not associated with any forms of shirk. Ruqyah Shariah also involve the use of incense in order to chase the evil entities and the demons away from our homes and surroundings. There was an hadith narrated by Aisha radiallahu ta'ala anha. She said, أمر رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم ببناء المساجد في الدور وأن تنظف وأن تطيب. Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, ordered that the masajid should be built in residential districts and it should be cleaned and perfumed with incense. This hadith is a reliable proof that burning incense is not prohibited in Islam. But to be sincere, there is no hadith of Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, that emphasizes that burning incense chases bad entities and evil spirits. Likewise, there is no hadith of Prophet Muhammad that criticizes burning incense in order to chase bad entities and evil spirits away from our home and our surroundings. It was only said by Islamic scholars. Most Islamic scholars supported that burning incense chases bad entities and evil spirits. These scholars include Sheikh Ibn Qayyum AL-JAWZIYYAH and Sheikh Muhammad ibn Salih Husaymin. Sheikh Ibn Qayyum al-Jawziyah said in his book At-Tibu al-Nabawi, he said, وَفِي التِّيبِ مِنَ الْخَاصِيَّةِ أَنَّ الْمَلَائِكَةَ تُحِبُّهُ وَالشَّيَاطِينَ تَنْفِرُ عَنْهُ. Sheikh Ibn Qayyum al-Jawziyah said, among the characteristics of incense is that the good angels love to smell the fragrance of an incense, while the bad entities and evil spirits stays away from the fragrance of an incense. Sheikh Ibn Qayyum al-Jawziyah also clarified in his book that the good incense invites the good angels and chases away the bad entities and evil spirits. These good incenses include the Banu Zakar, Kistul Indi, Al-Und, Al-Ambar, and Jawi, while the bad incense that has bad fragrance invites the evil spirits and the bad entities and chases away the good angels. The bad incense include Sharul Hatit and Sabru Wamur. So it is essential to inquire about the characteristics of an incense before burning it in our homes and our surroundings. We have to know if the incense is good incense that invites good angels and chases away bad entities and evil spirits, or the incense is bad incense that invites evil spirits and bad entities and chases away good angels. We have to know the characteristics of an incense before burning it in our homes and in our surroundings. And if you are looking for a reliable and affordable way to enjoy the benefits of an incense, I recommend checking out our products at Noorul Hayah Ruqyah Shariah service. We sell every types of incense. For more information, simply message us on the WhatsApp number displayed below the screen. The sixth benefit of our Ruqyah Shariah is prevention from committing haram and shirk. A Ruqyah Shariah is legitimate healing method that is not associated with any forms of shirk and haram. A Ruqyah Shariah help Muslims to avoid forbidden acts and shirk when curing their ailments. There are many types of healing methods that are associated with shirk, such as traditional illegitimate healing method that involves wearing of an amulet, seeking help from the magician, slaughtering a cow for the idol, worshipping the idols, and seeking help from the jinns. All these healing methods are prohibited in Islam because they are associated with shirk and haram. Therefore, Muslims are only permitted to practice a Ruqyah Shariah and apply medical treatment when curing their ailments, so they won't practice shirk and haram unintentionally. This is the seventh benefit of a Ruqyah Shariah. A Ruqyah Shariah can be served as shield that protects one from harms and evil. Ruqyah Shariah protects the believer from harms and evils that may befall on them. Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, said in his hadith, he said, Inna du'a ينفع مما نزل ومما لم ينزل فعليكم عباد الله بالدعاء. Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, said in this hadith, he said, indeed, prayer is beneficial regarding things which have happened and things which has not happened. So devote yourself to supplications, servants of God. However, we have to defend ourselves from harms and negative energies that have not befallen on us or that may later befall on us, in order to protect ourselves from these harms and negative energy. We practice Ruqyah not only when we are affected by negative energies or evil spirits, but also when we are free from negative energies and evil spirits, in order to prevent ourselves from upcoming maladies, as we all know that prevention is better than cure. So Ruqyah Shariah is a shield that we can apply in order to defend ourselves from negative energies, as we recited in the Hadith of Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. The eighth benefit of Ruqyah Shariah is it strengthening our faith in Allah. Ruqyah Shariah is a way to strengthen our faith in Allah by meditating to the Quran verses we recite when practicing Ruqyah on ourselves, or by listening to the Quran verses which are recited by the Raqis who are practicing Ruqyah on us. Almighty Allah said in Surah Al-Anfal, He said, إِنَّمَا الْمُؤْمِنُونَ الَّذِينَ إِذَا ذُكِرَ اللَّهُ وَجِلَتْ قُلُوبُهُمْ وَإِذَا تُلِيَتْ عَلَيْهِمْ آيَاتُهُ زَادَتْهُمْ إِيمَانًا وَعَلَى رَبِّهِمْ يَتَوَكَّلُونَ. Indeed, the believers are those who, when Allah is mentioned, their hearts became fearful, and when His verses is recited on them, it increases them in faith. On their Lord they rely. This verse makes it clear to us that a true believer strengthens his faith in Allah by listening to the glorious Quran. So listening to Ruqyah, which involve Quran verses, is a way to strengthening our faith in Allah. The ninth benefit of Ruqyah Shariah is it promotes community support. Ruqyah Shariah is communal activity as it involves seeking guidance and support of Islamic scholars and community members. It promotes social cohesion and solidarity. Reciting Ruqyah individually and in the community fosters a sense of togetherness and unity within the community. Anyone who recites Ruqyah on his relatives or on his brothers in the community will surely receive reward from Almighty Allah, as it is a door to relieve hardship from a Muslim. Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, said in his Hadith, he said, Man istata'a minkum an yanfa'a akhahu falyaf'al. Any one of you who is capable to help his brother, then he should help him. So practicing Ruqyah in the community promotes unity and support in the community. The 10th benefit of Ruqyah Shariah is it is a cure for every types of ailment. Though most people think they only need to apply Ruqyah Shariah when they are dealing with spiritual ailments only, and this is totally wrong. Ruqyah Shariah is a cure for every types of ailments, such as physical ailments, psychological ailments, spiritual ailments, and heart ailments, and other types of ailments. Almighty Allah said in Surah Al-Isra verse 82, when He was describing Quran as a cure, He said, وَنُنَزِّلُ مِنَ الْقُرْآنِ مَا هُوَ شِفَاءٌ وَرَحْمَةٌ لِلْمُؤْمِنِينَ وَلَا يَزِيدُ الظَّالِمِينَ إِلَّا خَسَارًا. We send down the Quran as a healing and mercy for the believers, and it only increases the wrongdoer in loss. This verse is a proof to us that Quran is a cure for every types of ailments. When Almighty Allah was describing Quran as a cure in this verse, He used indefinite noun, which is known as al-ismu an-nakira. Almighty Allah described Quran as shifa'un, a cure, and it was stated in Arabic grammatical rules that an-nakiratu tufidul umum. This means indefinite noun refers to general meaning. This is the reason Almighty Allah used indefinite noun when He was describing Quran as a cure. So Quran is a cure for every types of ailments. Ruqyah is also a cure for every types of ailments because it involves reciting Quran verses and Almighty Allah names and His attributes. The 11th benefit of Ruqyah Shariah is it purifies the soul and the mind. Ruqyah Shariah purifies the soul and the mind away from negative thoughts and negative actions such as hatred, stinginess, greediness, pride, envy, and negative thoughts, as it involves Quranic verses and surahs that encourage purification of the soul and the mind. Ruqyah Shariah also involves recitation of Quranic verses and surahs that can help Muslims to stay away from negative thoughts and negative action, such as recitation of Surah Al-Inshirah. Reciting this surah frequently can help a Muslim to stay away from negative thoughts and negative action. And reciting these surahs also can help a Muslim to purify their soul and their mind away from negative thoughts. So Ruqyah Shariah purify the soul and the mind. The 12th benefit of Ruqyah Shariah is it strengthening our connection with Allah. Practicing Ruqyah is a beautiful way to strengthen our connection with Allah and seek His guidance and His protection. Ruqyah Shariah involves recitation of Quranic verses, Almighty names and His attributes, and Azkar and Nabawiyah and Salawat. All these supplications are means of connecting with Allah, and they are typically recited during the practice of Ruqyah Shariah. Almighty Allah said in Hadith al-Qudsi, He said, وَلَا يَزَالُ عَبْدِي يَتَقَرَّبُ إِلَيَّ بِالنَّوَافِلِ حَتَّى أُحِبَّهُ. Almighty Allah said, my slave will keep on coming closer to me through performing nawafil until I love him. This hadith makes it clear to us that Almighty Allah's slave will keep on connecting with Allah through performing nawafil. Islamic scholars explain an-nawafil in this hadith as at-taqarrubat. And at-taqarrubat includes recitation of Quranic verses, Almighty Allah names and His attributes, and salawats and Azkar and Nabawiyah. All these supplications are applied during Ruqyah. So, practicing Ruqyah regularly strengthens our connection with Allah. The 13th benefit of Ruqyah Shariah is it promotes positive thinking. Ruqyah Shariah promotes positive thinking and optimism as it involves Quranic verses that encourage hope, faith, and trust in Allah's mercies and compassion away from negative thoughts and emotions, leading to a more optimistic outlook. Ruqyah Shariah helps patients to think correctly and righteously, and it provides psychological comfort. Ruqyah Shariah gives hope to the patients in their recovery. Ruqyah Shariah teaches patients that Almighty Allah is the ultimate healer and He has the power to cure every type of ailment. This confidence divine healing can boost patients' self-esteem and confidence, promoting a more positive attitude. The 4th benefit of Ruqyah Shariah is it increases reliance on Allah. Ruqyah Shariah increases reliance on Allah, knowing that Almighty Allah is the ultimate healer, and seeking His help and guidance and protection through practicing Ruqyah shows our faith and our reliance on Him. Islamic scholars teaches us that a good Muslim has to rely on Almighty Allah, not on your RAQI. A good Muslim has to rely on Almighty Allah on his needs and seek His guidance and protection. And a good Muslim has to believe that no one can harm him or grant him a cure except with the permission of Almighty Allah, as all actions including cure and harm are under His control. Almighty Allah said in Surah At-Tawbah verse 51, He said, قُلْ لَمْ يُصِيبَنَا إِلَّا مَا كَتَبَ اللَّهُ لَنَا هُوَ مَوْلَانَا وَعَلَى اللَّهِ فَلْيَتَوَكَّلِ الْمُؤْمِنُونَ. Say, nothing will happen to us except what Almighty Allah has destined for us. He is our protector, so the believer should put their trust in Allah. This verse makes it clear to us that no one can grant you a cure and no one can harm you except the permission of Almighty Allah. So let's rely on Almighty Allah only. The 5th benefit of Ruqyah Shariah is it is protection from harms of evil entity. Ruqyah Shariah is therapeutic approach we can apply in order to protect ourselves from evil entities such as witchcraft, evil spirits, demon, and the jinns. These entities are unseen creatures, but sometimes they manifest in form of an animal or human being. So it is impossible to have a conflict with them physically because they are unseen creatures, making physical confrontation impossible. These entities are supernatural beings which possess in human's body and reside there, often influencing their thoughts, their actions, and their emotions. In some cases, this possession can lead to quick deaths. These entities harm human beings for no reason because they stay around us. Some of these entities stays in the market, while some of them stays in the toilet, and some of them stays in our surroundings and our homes. These entities often cause many calamities in woman's life, such as bad dreams, bedwetting, blockages, unsuccessful business, unemployment, sleepless nights, bad luck, and they can even create a conflict between married couples till they divorce. This is one of the reasons we have to be practicing Ruqyah regularly. May Almighty Allah protect us from the arms of evil entities. This is the 16th benefit of Ruqyah Shariah I will be discussing in this class. It will be the last one but not the least significant. So I want us to pay attention to it because it addresses many questions people often ask about Ruqyah Shariah. So let's pay attention to it. The 16th benefit of Ruqyah Shariah is it encourages self-care. Ruqyah Shariah encourages self-care as it involves taking responsibility for someone's health and well-being by seeking Allah's help and guidance. There is nothing wrong with the Muslim practicing Ruqyah on themselves. This is among the Sunnah of Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him. Prophet Muhammad usually practiced Ruqyah on himself, and Prophet Muhammad companions also usually practice Ruqyah on themselves. There was an hadith narrated by Aisha radiallahu ta'ala anha. She said, whenever Prophet Muhammad fell sick, he usually recites mu'awizat on himself and spit dryly. And when the pain grew intense, Aisha will recite Ruqyah on Prophet Muhammad and wipe him with his right hand, seeking his barakah. Self-Ruqya is among the greatest remedies the believers has to be practicing on themselves regularly in order to protect themselves from negative entities such as bad luck, black magic, evil eye, bad dreams, and envy. There are a lot of Muslims who seek for Ruqyah because they can't perform Ruqyah on themselves but end up in hands of magicians who claim to be a RAQI and unwillingly end up practicing shirk. And Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, said, La basa bi ruqya ma lam takun shirkan. There is no harm in seeking for Ruqyah as long as it is not associated with shirk. There is no harm in performing Ruqyah as long as it is not associated with shirk. And Almighty Allah also said in the Quran, Inna Allah la yakfiru an yushraka bihi wa yakfiru man duna zalika liman yasha wa man yushrik billahi faqad iftara isman aziman. Indeed, Almighty Allah does not forgive the act of practicing shirk, but He forgives what is less than that for who He wills. Anyone who associates others with Almighty Allah has certainly fabricated tremendous sin. So if a person goes to a magician who claim to be a RAQI and the person practices shirk, Almighty Allah may not forgive the person till he stay away from the magician. There are many acts which a magician who claim to be a RAQI will tell you to do. I have mentioned most of these acts in my previous videos. You can check them out. In addition, a good Muslim doesn't need to ask for Ruqyah or seek Ruqyah from RAQI as long as he is capable to perform Ruqyah on himself and he is healthy enough to perform Ruqyah on himself. But if he is not capable to perform Ruqyah on himself or is not healthy to perform Ruqyah on himself, he can seek for Ruqyah. Seeking Ruqyah is among the Sunnah of Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, and it is permissible to seek Ruqyah in Islam. It is not haram, it is not prohibited in Islam. We have recited the hadith narrated by Aisha where Prophet Muhammad implored her to recite Ruqyah on him. So even seeking Ruqyah in Islam is among the Sunnah of Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, because Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, usually implored Aisha to recite Ruqyah on him. Anytime Prophet Muhammad is not healthy enough to recite Ruqyah on himself. Seeking Ruqyah is among the Sunnah of Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him. But when we are capable to recite Ruqyah on ourselves and we are healthy, let's recite it on ourselves, so we won't end up in hands of magicians who claim to be a RAQI. But there are some situations that one has to seek for Ruqyah from an appropriate RAQI. For example, someone who is fully possessed by the Jinn or someone who is affected by AL-AYN. In this situation, one has to seek for Ruqyah. Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, said in his hadith, he said, Al-AYN tudqilu rajul al-qabira wa tudqilu al-jamal al-qidra. Prophet Muhammad said in this hadith that evil eye enters a man into the grave and enters a camel into the cooking pot. This means the influence of evil eye in person's personal life can lead to quick death. This is the reasons why you see young people dying so quick. It may be because they are affected by evil eye. Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, also said in another hadith, he said, أكثر من يموت من أمتي بعد قضاء الله وقدره بالعين. Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, said in this hadith that majority of those who will die in his ummah after Allah's judgment and his decree will die through the affection of evil eye. Prophet Muhammad make it clear to us in this hadith that majority of those who will die in this ummah will die through the affection of al-ayn, which means evil eye. So this is one of the reasons why we have to be practicing ruqyah regularly. We have to be practicing ruqyah frequently. And if we are not capable to practice ruqyah on ourselves, or we are not healthy enough to practicing ruqyah on ourselves, we can seek for ruqyah from an appropriate waqi. Seeking ruqyah is not prohibited in Islam. Don't let anyone deceive you. You can seek ruqyah if you can recite ruqyah on yourself, if you are not capable to recite ruqyah on yourself, or if you are not healthy enough to recite ruqyah on yourself. Seeking ruqyah is not prohibited in Islam. Don't let anyone deceive you. Seeking ruqyah is among the sunnah of Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him. Prophet Muhammad usually implore Aisha to recite ruqyah on him anytime it's not healthy to recite ruqyah on himself. And for those who are not capable to recite ruqyah on themselves, you can book a section at Noorul Hayah Ruqyah service. We are offering free counseling section for those who don't know how to practice ruqyah on their own, and for those who are suffering from negative energies and calamities such as black magic, evil eye, bad dreams, blockages, unsuccessful business, unemployment, sleepless nights, and bad luck. You can message us on our WhatsApp number displayed below the screen, and you can also follow us on our social media and those as Noorul Hayah Institute. Inshallah, this is where we'll stop today's class. In our next class, we shall be discussing about the types of ailments which can be cured through the practice of Ruqyah Shariah. Don't forget to subscribe and click on the bell so you won't miss any of these classes. Barakallahu fikum. Ma'assalam.